So, I like to ask this question to white people. Have you have y'all asked why they building all these data centers? Y'all keep talking about the data centers, but y'all ain't asking why they building them. We done had internet for a long time. The internet runs off of servers, so it's that stuff been out there. But why all of a sudden they building 40-acre data centers and all that since AI came out? Y'all need to find out what's that about. I think it's about who's going to be the first millionaire AI person. Everybody wants to be the first like Facebook. Everybody wants to be the first like Amazon. Oh, the first like, so they in a race to see who's going to be first. So they built a 40,000 acre one in Texas, another one, big one in Utah. They got data centers in Ohio. They got data centers in Virginia. They got them everywhere. We didn't have that much just running the internet. See what I'm saying? So what is it about AI that they want all these data centers? What is it? How much data you need to hold? See what I'm saying? What is the purpose? Nobody's getting down to the nitty gritty on these data centers. Nobody's saying what reason they need all these. Because we done ran the internet since 1995 with what we had. And it's been fine. So what is the reason they need all these data centers? What kind of data they need these massive data centers in every state? What kind of data they putting on there? Why they need them? Why? So they trying to kick people off the farms that make food to feed y'all, so they ain't gonna no longer feed you as long as they get rich. So they buying up these farms, because there's a website to show how they buying up these farms. As soon as them farms go on the market, they snatch them up. They buying them farms. They making these farmers poor. That's why they ain't trying to help the farmers, because they want them to lose their farm so they can take it. Because most of these farms have built-in irrigation, so they have the water. That's what they looking for. They looking for water sources, and the farms have the water sources. Now, I don't know why they building a data center in Texas, because ain't Texas hot? That's dumb. Y'all know y'all got a bad electric grid in Texas, that 44,000 acre data center gonna blow y'all grid apart, because ain't nobody fixing the grid. They building the data center though and don't give a damn. And your electric bill, y'all think they high now? Shit. They gonna be, because ChatGPT told me that America has not upgraded their electrical system, the wires, the grid, and they said all this pressure going on to them grids is what makes your electric bill high. So they gonna be rich, but you gonna be poor. You ain't gonna have no money. You gonna be sitting in the dark with some candles because of this. And these electric companies don't care, because you owe money. They gonna say cut off notice. They don't care. They don't care. Not at all. Not one iota. Not none of these utilities care if you got money or not. They will cut it off, just like if you don't pay rent, they'll put you out. They don't care. They just don't care if you having a hard time. So don't have a hard time, because they don't care. And I watched the documentary yesterday. They was going to this place where people can park free, people living in the cars, people that actually have jobs. They sleep in the cars and then they go to work. Then they come back. And one lady said, shoot, by the time you add up all the fees and stuff, because they was in California, add up the fees to get in a place and all that, it'd be about $5,000 that you need just to rent a place in California. I've been and left California a long time ago. I'd be like, mm-mm. Because the money y'all spend on housing there, y'all can buy 5 houses in another state. That's crazy. But, yeah, so people live in their cars, then they get up, and they got like a parking lot area where they got something where they can wash their hands and get water, and they got a little thing where they can make some coffee and stuff, and a little kitchen area. outside, and then they and then they go to work, and then when they come from work, they come back to their car. They pour their car back in, and that's where they sleep at for the night. The lady had a band, so she was more comfortable than the one guy. He just slept in the front seat. How comfortable was that? So he slept in a sitting up position all night, every night. And he said he used to be a software engineer. Then he worked so much, like 50 hours a week. He got sick and burnt out and stuff. And then he said then he got fired, not fired, let go. And then his unemployment only lasted 6 months, and then he ain't got no money. So he goes to the pizza place, and they give him like the pizza that they sit out in the case during the day, and he gets it free, and he takes it back to the camp so other people can have something to eat. And one person said, yeah, I only ate once today. And I was like, America's a third world country. And don't let me tell you about the Appalachian people. You know, the reason food stamps got started because President Johnson went to Appalachian mountains and seen that the Appalachian people were white people were poor. And he said he's going to have a war on poverty. That's who created food stamps. The food stamps were meant for the white people, but they forgot it was poor black people, I guess. But they was meant for the white people. So I don't know how they keep throwing our name up in we ones getting it when it ain't us. It was for the white people, right? And they get it all now. I know my back hurt. Ugh. All the white people, they get more food stamps than black people. Why we always gotta get thrown up and stuff? And I keep saying that. I said, why they always throwing us up in there? What we got to do with anything? Y'all threw us up in DEI, and now y'all throwing us up in the food stamps, the SNAP and stuff. We ain't the ones it was for, and we ain't the ones getting the most of it, you know? Because the thing said everybody in Appalachian Mountain just about on SNAP. All them white folks. And then once a year, they have like this nonprofit that does something medical, where they have all these doctors that volunteer. They got medical tents and mental health tents, and they even got dentists. Like they had a whole damn, look like a warehouse of dentists doing people's teeth for free. Have you ever seen them do anything like that for the hood? Mm-hmm. And these were all white people. There wasn't no black person in that crowd. Out there at 6 o'clock in the morning, they be lined up, child. Them Appalachian Mountain people. And these are the people that voted for Trump. Mm-hmm. And they were dirt poor, and they voted for a rich man. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so it's like they don't want nobody to help them that is black. They don't want no black people helping them, you know. And none of them doctors that was helping them, I ain't seen not one black doctor either. I ain't seen none of them. And there's a whole bunch of white people lined up. They come on buses and line up to get in there for their free medical for once a year. They do it. I ain't never seen nothing like that in the hood where you can go get free dental stuff, get your teeth pulled and everything else you need, and medical stuff. They ain't never had nothing like that in the hood for the hood people. Black people ain't never got that. I just seen it last night on a documentary. I was like, oh, so this is what they doing up there in the Appalachian Mountains for the white people, right? Yeah. So, you know, that's why black people complain about that we always the ones fighting for democracy and fighting and getting stuff, marching and stuff, but we still don't get nothing. So Kamala was the last straw with us, you know, because y'all rather have a pedophile and a sexual offender than to have a educated black woman. So we was done with y'all. And then when Jasmine lost Texas, we were double done with y'all. So we're not participating. I mean, we might vote in the midterms because we want to get rid of him. But we ain't participating. We ain't going up under a candidate or anything. We ain't doing all that because we tired of y'all. Y'all did this to this country. Y'all put these insane people in charge. You know, the money hungry people, the Peter Thiels and the J.D. Vances and the all the people that's greedy for money. And Peter Thiel, he's a white South African, and Elon's a white South African. So white people in America gave all their money to the white South Africans. Y'all just made a white South African a trillionaire. Yeah, and then the Peter Thiel guy, then he moved to Australia, or where he moved to? Somewhere. So why is he still getting government contracts? He only live in this country because he done moved out of this country, but he still get government contracts. Because him and Eli used to work at PayPal together. See, I told y'all PayPal was no good. When I used to do eBay and PayPal, I used to do all that little stuff to people, freeze people's money and stuff. That's when they was working there. Okay? I told you PayPal was a setup. I kept telling y'all that's why I don't use PayPal. I'll be like, I don't do PayPal. If I run across a business and that's all they take is PayPal, I'll be like, nope, you ain't getting my business. I ain't messing with PayPal. Yeah, they was at PayPal. And then when Elon bought Tesla, he used some of that PayPal money to buy Tesla from somebody else that actually made Tesla. He ain't make shit. Like, he ain't make no rockets. He ain't made SpaceX. He just hired intelligent people. And that's all. So y'all done made a South African man a trillionaire by giving him government contracts from Americans. So white American, y'all must be the stupidest people on earth. I'm just saying. Y'all sell your soul to the devil, and the devil is watching, and he gonna come get y'all asses. Because y'all just sold your soul to the devil for money. The greed of it all. So now Elon, he might as well say he controlled the Congress. Because if he say anything, because he's a trillionaire, they going to bow down and follow. He can control Congress. He can control the vote. He can control everything. Because he's like a trillionaire. One man should never have that much money. He can control this whole global world. One man. That's it. Y'all let it happen. And that's what's happening. We gave Elon our tax money. We made him a trillionaire. We sitting up here paying taxes on everything. As soon as we walk out the front door, we paying taxes. And then, you know, we just pay taxes and pay taxes and pay taxes to make this white South African a trillionaire. That's what we pay taxes for. Because last I heard, they was giving him $8 million a day in government contracts. Don't we got our own NASA and stuff? What we need SpaceX for? That's what I'm saying. You notice how they shut NASA down. You ain't never, I mean, NASA's still there, but you know how they got rid of the space shuttles, and that was the plan. To strip NASA of things so Elon can come in with that SpaceX shit. And then we didn't need it. We didn't need to pay this white South African any money. Why we had to pay him when we had our own NASA? And you know, everything that NASA did, they shut it down. It was nothing wrong with them space shuttles. Why they couldn't keep the space shuttles? See what I'm saying? It wasn't nothing wrong with the Concorde. Why they couldn't keep the Concorde? It wasn't nothing wrong with it. Why they couldn't keep it? It's like they just shut the whole thing down. He didn't make them rockets that come back. He hired intelligent people, and most of the intelligent people probably foreigners, because they are smarter than us. They got better education than us. He got probably a whole lot of Indians that work there, and a whole lot of Chinese people that work there. Most of his staff is probably foreigners, because we just dumb over here. We can't even send kids to MIT. Okay, our education system sucks compared to China. So, you know, Them kids already over there learning AI and stuff in elementary school, coding and physics and stuff. And we teaching run spot, see dick run and stuff to our kids. Because they like to keep you uneducated in the United States so they can steal the money. Long as you don't figure out they stealing the money, then they happy. That's why they don't want to educate you. That's why they get rid of the Department of Education, because they don't want to educate you in the United States. You know, they don't want to give you anything. So yeah, all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, y'all. Just believe it when I say it. That they don't want you to have anything in the United States. Nothing, nada. They want you to not have anything, and they have everything. And if the United States, if y'all don't do this nationwide boycott, black people are in. We always in for a boycott. Look, we boycott Walmart now. We boycott Walmart. We boycott the Asians. We boycott Target. Look, we always in for a boycott, because that's how we got our civil rights movement. We always in. White people, y'all never in. Half of y'all, the spicy whites, they'll be in with us. But the other half, they never in. So we can never have a nationwide boycott where we shut down this country. The only thing they understand is money. That means everybody got to participate. We have to shut this country down until some shit get changed. And if they don't shut this country down, they gonna keep, they like hell, they still buying stuff and still making money. I ain't gonna lower them prices. They don't care. Look, y'all electric bill going up, y'all ain't even protesting. Y'all ain't protesting them electric bills. Y'all ain't protesting the high rent. Y'all ain't protesting nothing. Y'all ain't been in the streets since the last King's March. And then y'all ain't asked for nothing. That ain't the way you protest. Oh my God. Y'all need black people to help you, but we ain't. We minding our business. Shit. We just gonna be, because we used to being poor and not having nothing. Shoot, and y'all always talk about DEI, you know. Child, when DEI was made, it said you had to hire a quota of brown and black people. They hired the brown people before they hired the black people. Okay, they hired the foreign people before they hired the black people. We were the last on the totem pole for DEI. We got jobs because of our education, our 1, 2, 3 degrees that we have. You know what I'm saying? Ain't had nothing to do with nothing else but our brains. Okay, and stop sticking DEI on us like we. That's the only way we can get a job. Like, and then he talking about he bringing back factory jobs for the black people. Okay, so you gonna tell somebody with a master's degree go work in a factory? More black women have master's degrees and degrees. I'm sorry. We black women are highly educated. Ain't no black woman working in no damn factory. See, he's so out of touch. He don't even know black people are educated. That's all. That's why he don't want to get HBCUs no money, because he don't want to educate black people. He don't want black people to go to Harvard. Because Obama's went to Harvard. So that's why he tried to mess with Harvard. But Harvard said, get the hell out of here. But, you got Harvard Law there. They going to take you to the till, okay? So Columbia University caved in, though. But, yeah, Harvard, hell no. We smarter than you, buddy. Okay, so, they ain't caving to the madness, okay? But, yeah, because they get most their money comes from a lot of the foreigners that come over here, because they already smart and they can get in Harvard, they can get in MIT. American people can't get in MIT because they don't teach these kids nothing in school for them to get in MIT. So MIT is full of foreigners sitting up in Boston area, but MIT is for technology. America doesn't teach technology. They won't teach the people technology. They don't want better anything. And China teaches their technology. That's why they have all that technology. So then they got to hire the people over there that know that stuff to bring them over here so we can have something instead of teaching the kids over here about technology and stuff. It's so dumb. They don't want you to, they want you dumb down and stupid so they can say, that's why the Democrats ain't doing nothing. All of them get paid by APAC. It's a couple of them you can point out that don't get that APAC money. But the rest of them, they get that APAC money. That's why they ain't saying nothing. It is freaking June, and are they talking about the midterms? Have you seen them on any programs, any of these Democrats? Hell no. We don't even know what they doing. We don't even know who's running. We don't know nothing. Because they ain't doing nothing. Hakeem need to go because he get APAC money. He ain't going to be a good Speaker of House. Jasmine Crockett would have been the best because she don't get APAC money. And y'all blew that for us, Texas. Mm-hmm. White women and Latino women, y'all blew it again. Y'all didn't pass the test. It's an open book test, and you didn't even pass it. Once again, that's what I'm saying. I don't know. Am I crazy?